Hi everyone. Welcome back to Gen X Living Life. We're back from a quite a long hiatus, but we are here today to talk about our milestone birthday. Particularly, take a guess whose it is. This girl,
I know. I can't believe it. It's
as a
amazing.
as a Gen Xer, second year Gen Xer. I uh, turned 60 years old, and I feel every last bit of it. No, just kidding. It's been a journey to get to here,
hmm
and when you're young, you don't think you think 60, and you think, man,
Wow,
that's
that's
death
old, right?
store. Yeah, that's the end of the line. But
Yeah.
yet here I am,
Yeah.
and a lot of us that are, you know, born in 1965 in the very early part of 66. This is where we are.
Yeah. I mean, you know that you're 60, but you don't feel 60, right? Like at all. Like in your mind, you don't feel 60.
Which is interesting because you know how pathetic we used to think old people were when
Yeah.
they tried to be young.
How
When
sad
they
that
tried to be
looks,
young,
right?
you're like, oh my gosh. But
Ah,
but we try to keep up with the times, uh, and sometimes we get into old people mode. Um, I've started calling people at the grocery store checkout, uh, dear.
oh, really?
I had started a few months ago. All of a sudden, I'd go and I'd give my payment. They give me my receipt. I'm like, thank you, dear.
Mm.
And then they're like, you're welcome. There was just a little smile in their face. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, bye. It's starting like an old lady. I've
Oh my
arrived at
God.
old ladyville.
I know. I was like, oh, this old lady today called me dear. Yeah, it was me so happy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, so,
So,
so, what
but
do you think surprised you the most about this age, like being here now? What's the most surprising thing?
the surprising thing is that people see me at this age.
Hmm.
Um, People that are in my age group are asking me, "So, are you retired yet?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No,
It's a long way off.
not yet."
Yeah,
That hurts. So that
I know.
hurts.
I know.
And so, and that's people that are a little bit older than me. I'm like, "So, are you retired yet?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not retired yet."
Yeah, for us, the retirement age is what, 67, right?
Full retirement age is
Yeah,
67,
long way off.
65 if you want to, if you're doing it to get on Medicare, and then 62 for early retirement,
Early
which you
retirement.
get
Yep.
next to nothing. So,
Oh, I know. I know. Yeah. I think sometimes I get surprised when I see a picture of me, like with these, I take a picture with young kids and I look and I was like, who's that old person? And I was like, oh, that's me. It's just like, I was like, oh my God.
I know. But that's why we're here on this platform, because with
Mhm.
age also comes, for the most part, wisdom.
You would think, right?
And we are here to impart wisdom on those that are coming up, and
Yeah.
telling you what to expect. And also for those of us that are already here, we're just like, yeah, I feel that too.
So
That's true. That's true.
I guess, I think at this age, kicking around wisdom is not like my main goal. For me, it's just like, how much fun can I have at this age? Like, what can I do? But do you feel more settled now at this age than you were when maybe you were in your 30s?
Oh, definitely more in my 30s. In my 30s, I was raising children,
Hmm.
still having children. So, yeah, that was a different life
Yeah.
30
A lot
years
of
ago.
hustle. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of hustle, a lot of movement, a lot of moving parts. There was, being a wife, motherhood,
Hmm.
working,
Hmm.
uh, carting kids to school,
Yeah.
and all the things that go along with it. And then, making sure that uh, bills are paid. There was enough for
Right.
all the extra needs, and that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of hustling
Yeah.
going on,
But it's
and
calmed down a lot now, huh?
it has calmed
Awesome.
down because since then, the kids are now
They're
grown.
adults,
They're
supposedly.
adults, and we paid off our home, and
Hmm.
all our bills, our vehicles are all paid off,
Hmm.
and so we are calmer now because now we don't have to have that hustle. And thank
Yeah.
goodness too, because let me tell you, I don't have that energy.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
I sometimes I sit back and I think about it, and I'm thinking, how did I do it? I thank God I don't have to do it now.
Right, right. Could you be exhausted? So, and on the flip side, what do you think has stayed the same for you in all these years up to this age?
Well, what stayed the same is we didn't change all that much really. You know, we never moved around to bought other homes or
Yeah.
moved to other cities or anything. So we stayed we stayed put. We've changed jobs, and not through choices of our own. It's sometimes there's layoffs and companies cut back and let people go and then finding another job. So that's the only things that kind of change. But for the most part, our lifestyle has been the same, although um, the caregiver role kicked in
Hmm.
for my mother and father. Um, the reason why we were on hiatus is multiple reasons between you and me. But on my side, my father became really, really ill. He had been ill for a long time, but my mother started to decline. And my father says, "You're going to have to move in with us." And I'm thinking, I don't know about that. I don't know how that is
It's a
going to
big
work.
change. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a huge discussion that my husband and I had.
I'm glad I got to
Yeah,
see them when I
yeah.
was there. It was so nice to see them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I last summer, I moved in with my parents, and I've been here since summer. And
Mm,
my dad has since passed away.
yeah.
He's passed away in August. I moved in July, and he passed away in August. So I was here
Mm.
6 weeks
Oh my
before he
gosh, I
passed.
know.
Yeah, and then my mom started really showing symptoms of dementia. And I guess it had been there for a long time. And because I was so focused on my dad, because he was more acute with his problems,
Hmm.
that hers were passive in a way. And I'm thinking, what's wrong with her? And I just thought it was some quirkiness.
Hmm.
And looking back now, she was having those signs. And since my dad passed, it has really advanced
Now that you
a
can
whole
actually
lot.
focus on one person instead of two people. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that has not stayed the same
Hmm.
is being in the caregiver role. Um, I was in the caregiver role with my children, but as a parent, as a mother,
It's a
but
different
it's
thing.
different.
Yeah, yeah.
It is a whole lot
Wow.
different. Yeah.
But I guess another thing, like, when you're young, all these different things matter, to you, like how you look, how you dress. Now, what really matters to you at this age now? What are the things that, really mean a lot?
Well, my looks or my appearance, I'm looking into um, upgrading my look a little bit. Um, Not being
How do you
trying
upgrade
to
your
be
look?
less frumpy. I don't
Oh,
like the frumpy look. Yet I default to frumpy.
it's so comfortable, I'd
It's
rather.
comfortable, but it is so unattractive. Not that I'm looking to attract anybody, but you know, I, I don't care what people think of me, but I care how I present myself.
Mm, mhm.
There's a difference there. So I haven't been putting on makeup or anything, but I've stopped coloring my hair. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, I can see
My
it.
hair's
Yeah.
got a little more salt
Mhm.
than the last time we recorded.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to embrace what I have naturally,
Mhm.
but also uh, not not let the old lady in, so to speak.
Mhm.
And try to elevate into more an elegant look.
Mm, mhm. Yeah, like a
An elegant,
sophisticated,
yeah,
mature
you could,
lady kind of
you,
look, right?
yeah, you could be elegant and sophisticated and still be comfortable. And there's a lot of fashions out there that, thank goodness, are doing that. And so I'm trying to embrace that.
Yeah.
But I'm also on a weight loss journey, and I've lost 30 pounds in the last 6 months.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I'm looking to lose, another 50,
Hmm.
so to speak. So I'm in
Yeah.
the first, uh, I don't know, third. Oh, hi, Mama. You want to say hi to Penny? Want to say hi to Wawan?
Hi, can she see me? I don't know if she can see me.
Yeah, okay,
Hi.
you can see her.
That's so funny. That's
Yeah,
great. Is she,
she's on the computer. Do you see her?
does she need something?
I'm not even looking at you, lady.
Welcome to my world.
Oh my goodness. She's a sweetie though.
That is, as they say, mi vida. That's my life.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I mean,
It's a lot of fun in the middle of the night too, several times a night.
oh, I know. Let's see. Okay, what kind of expectations have you let go over time?
That things will go my way. I've pretty much relaxed a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that I can't worry about other people.
Yeah.
I gotta worry about myself.
Right.
I'm not living other people's lives. I'm
Yeah.
living my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the life I need to concern myself with, and the life I have with my family, and that sort of thing. Just try to live my life the best way possible.
Yeah. Do you criticize people a little less now or more than before?
I remind myself that it's not my place to judge. That's above my pay grade
Oh my
to
gosh.
judge.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I could be quite judgy. I was judgy at church the other yesterday.
Oh, that was just
And
yesterday.
just yesterday, I saw this lady who was walking up, and it looked like the kind of dress that you wear over your bathing suit,
Oh,
although it's
yeah.
a
It's a
shrunk
cover
top.
up or
Yeah, it looked like an
yeah.
extra long cover up, and I'm like, why would she wear that? And I'm like, stop it, stop it right there, stop,
My mom always said, you can
shut
think
up.
it, but don't
Uh-huh.
say it out loud. That's what
Well,
my
I
mom
was
always said.
thinking it, but then I was in church, and I'm like, oh
Oh
gosh,
my gosh.
the last place I need to be judging people is at church. But
Yeah. Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Um,
I know.
so, I try to nip it in the bud, and I do my best not to say anything out loud, because is it my business? No.
It doesn't benefit
Am I
anyone.
living in their skin? No.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
So I guess one of the bigger questions too is what would you tell your younger self? That's like one of the main questions everyone asks, you know.
don't be so afraid. You
Really.
know, yeah. If you have doubts, try it anyway. I've held myself back so many times for safety,
Mm.
and I'm thinking that I maybe probably could have gone for it.
Like
And I
what?
held myself back.
What's an example?
Um, Maybe career wise,
Mm.
maybe moving on, living for myself,
Mm.
so to speak, and not living for other people's expectations.
Yeah. That's a big one because our parents always have expectations for us, right? And they want you to do certain things and be certain things. So, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it held part of that held me back a whole lot,
Mm, mhm, mhm.
and I wish I had been stronger
Yeah.
in character.
We all feel that way, I think. I
Yeah.
think we all have that same, sentiment.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, what do you feel these days makes you happy, brings you joy, as they say?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Right now, nothing. I think we need to cut that question out because
Okay.
I have zero joy right now.
Oh,
My,
okay.
my life sucks right now.
Okay, so here's another question then. Being as old and as what? Oh, sorry. It was just like I
I'm
wrote
not even
these.
celebrating my birthday
These
for
were a
crying out
while ago,
loud.
so yeah, okay.
So,
Okay, so here's another question. So, with all our wisdom and knowledge now, what are you curious about?
um, right. I'm curious about my health
Same.
and pretty much um, how long I will be at the stage of this life, how I'm feeling now. Because when people start thinking, "Oh, I want to live to be 100 years old," and I'm like, "Yeah, you want to live to be 100 years old if you think you're going to feel 35 when you're saying
Exactly.
35." And
Hmm.
I'm like, "You're not going to be. I'll be healthy. I'll take care of myself." I'm like, "You have no idea. You have no idea." There are people that are fit and have they run, they
Hmm.
do triathlons, they eat all the right things, and they have a massive heart attack,
Yeah.
and die right there, or they have to have open heart surgery, or something
Yeah.
catastrophic happens, or some kind of life changing injury
Hmm.
can
Yeah, it's the
happen. It
great
can make
unknown. It's
it's the
basically.
great unknown,
Hmm.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
look, if my future reaching 100 is like that, no thank you.
Yeah.
So that's I'm trying to eat better. That's part of my weight loss journey. I'm trying to eat better, trying to eat less, trying to move more, although it's not that easy because I really can't leave my mom alone for any
Yeah.
amount of time.
Right.
So all I can do is I got a little stationary bike here. I bought a rebounder, and mm,
That's
and not
good.
but I'm not using.
They're there for decoration.
It's right there, and when I work from home, I'm right here, and it's right there. I'm like, I could do 10 minutes on this thing.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
even have reminders on my phone. And I'm like, oh yeah, bike. I'm like,
It's
okay, bike.
hard. It's
It's
not
hard.
easy.
It's
Hmm.
hard. I mean, it's right there, and it's not even the kind that you're, like this. It's recumbent. It's
Oh,
almost like a
almost
recliner.
like you're laying down, yeah, like in your sofa or something,
Yeah.
and all you have
So
to do
that
is move your
the most
legs.
yeah, the most easiest bite, and you got little handles on the side. There's a backrest.
You don't even have to hold your back and your head up, right? It's just like,
And it's like how pathetic. How
oh
pathetic.
no. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, well, part of my curiosity is like, when am I going to get up my ass and start moving?
Oh my god. That's great. That's
My
great.
doctor asks me every time I go, "He goes, you exercise?" I'm like,
Hmm.
um, maybe,
That's so
maybe
subjective,
exercise.
right? It's like you could do 15 minutes of exercise and that's like a lot to to you, but to other people it's like, what do you mean just 15 minutes,
Like,
But
well, it's something.
compared to what, like the baseline, right?
If
Yeah.
getting up out of bed and going to the bathroom
Hmm.
and going back to bed, you consider that a walk, then there's some
For
people
me,
that
like
can walk.
running from the TV to the fridge and back, I ran.
Or is that, well, like the 12-ounce curls?
That's a good one. I never heard of that one. That's a
You
good
never
one.
heard of that one?
That's funny though. That's great. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Another question. What do you think people misunderstand about aging and getting older?
Um, this is some a misunderstanding that I had, and I didn't understand it. Um, you're as old as you feel, as they say.
Mhm.
I mean, you may have the aches and pains, but in your head, you're not the age that you are.
That's right. Yeah.
In your head and in your heart, you feel, you know, I feel like I'm, 30 years old, 35 years old.
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
it's like I look at myself and I'm like, oh, you don't look bad, you know, do you? And I go and I check my hair. I'm like, and every time I had my hair cut, I'm like, be honest, since you have a bird's eye view, it's like, what percentage of
Mhm.
white hair am
Yeah.
I? And then this
And then
one
your
hairdresser
hair.
says, you're at 100%, honey.
Also, you start to lose hair as you get older too.
I'm
Yeah.
constantly cleaning out my hairbrush
Yes.
every day with
Yes.
clumps of hair,
Yeah.
and so that the hair gets thinner. But yeah, the misconception is that people who are getting older, it's not that they're in denial. It's more like they just don't feel the age on the calendar.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
They feel however they were the most comfortable in their life,
Yeah. Exactly. What they're
whatever
most
time
familiar
of life.
with and what they liked. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I always tell kids if I'm buying clothes or something, and these cute kids, I'm like, wear the cute clothes now because when I was young, I didn't have money, but I had the body. And now that I'm older, I have the money, but I don't have the body for these cute clothes. So just
No.
enjoy it now while you can. And they kind of look at me a little puzzled. I'm like, you'll find out in a few years. I was like, they must be like, why is this woman giving us advice that we're not asking for? So, but yeah, that's
It's like
that's what I was.
you're gonna be old and fat one day. So-
Well, not everybody, but yeah, it's really easy. It's really easy.
Well, it's there are very, very few people. There are people that are naturally thin
Yeah, and they just stay that way.
and they stay that way,
They
but
eat. Mhm.
they don't stay as thin as they were when they
Yeah,
were young. I
right,
mean,
right.
they
By a
get
few
thinner.
pounds. Yeah, just a few
Yeah.
pounds. Yeah.
Even though they're thin,
Hmm.
but they're never that thin.
Hmm.
That's the body changes. So
Yeah, yeah. So, what feels good about being 60? Nothing.
the
Not a
fact
good
that
question.
I'm eligible for more discounts now,
Right, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
but I
food
have to
discounts.
ask for them, which means I have to admit that
Yeah,
I'm there.
yeah.
And but here's the thing: nobody questions it now.
True, true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
I would feel bad when I was like 40 something. They're like, oh, you get the senior coffee, or something. Do you want coffee? And I'm like, no, I'm not a senior and I don't drink coffee. I'm like, thank you though. I was like, and then I'd be like crying. I was like, did I look that old? did
oh my
I did
god,
I brush my hair?
yeah, little,
Yeah. So, what do you think? Well, I guess getting the discounts is something that you get to experience at this age. What else would you say is good about experiencing, at this age?
Um, I think the fact that I don't have to prove myself like I used to.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Or at
Yeah,
least you don't feel you have to.
I don't feel like I have to anymore. I mean, I'm like a walking billboard of experience now, and I also people listen to me now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're like, they're kind of like, well, she's old. She probably knows what she's talking about.
Yeah,
Because before people like argue with me, like, no, that's not true. That's not true. And I'll be like, yes, it's true. And now it's like I could say something and they'll be like, okay.
yeah, you become the sage of
Yeah,
your environment,
exactly.
of your workplace.
Oh my goodness. That's
So you get a little more respect.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
yeah,
little bit because they figure.
yeah, yeah. So it's all good, and you don't have to prove yourself. You're not climbing the ladder anymore, really. I mean, if by this time you haven't reached your pinnacle, unless you're the type of person that keeps pushing,
Hmm.
that's not my personality type.
Hmm.
I'm fine where I am. I have enough responsibility that I really don't need more on top of what I've got,
Mm.
and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I used to want to strive to be in management, and
Hmm.
now I just have no desire for that anymore. I manage plenty at home, and I'm I'm okay
Like where you're
coast,
at,
with
basically.
coasting,
Hmm.
basically. And
Yeah.
that's part of not being 60. I think that's part of it being at my age, but also part of it as being my personality type. I
Mm.
just don't have that drive like I used to.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know, I my drive is to do the best job I can
Yeah.
where I'm at, and do it well, and be
Hmm.
the go-to person, and improve. But as far as, looking for other opportunities, at a higher level, that's not
Yeah.
where
Like
I'm anymore.
right at this point, you feel like you should be able to work smart and not hard, right? Basically, at this point. So
Yeah.
yeah.
One thing that is the emergence of AI. It's hard for me to fathom how fast that came. It went from
Oh,
science fiction to now it's reality.
yeah.
And it seems like the reality part has exponentially grown in maybe 5 or 6 years.
Such a
Uh,
short amount of time. I'm glad I'm here for it though. I'm that's one thing I'm glad about is that I'm here for that.
well, I just hope that it's implemented, not with rash decisions as a race to be who can, use it
Yeah,
the most. It's like, let's make sure that we do it right, and not
true.
overlook things.
That goes with everything,
Yeah, but
but
I think things are being rushed.
you think so?
Yeah,
I don't know, possibly. Possibly. It's hard since we're not really in it, so
it's exciting
mhm.
because we're like, wow, we're in the
Mhm.
future,
Yeah.
but it's also a little unsettling for me.
That makes sense. Yeah. I get that. Yeah. Yeah.
It's the speed of it. It's like it went from the future, the future, the future, the future. Bam, we're here. Sort of like 60. You
Yeah,
know,
I know. As you turn around, it's like, wow.
it's like your 20s, your 30s, your 40s.
Yes.
Oh, your 40s, you're still,
Like you got
young,
time.
whatever. 50s, you're like, next thing you know, bam, you're
Hmm.
60.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so from 50 to 60, it seemed like a long journey, because it's a whole decade, just like every decade, but it seemed from a long journey to bam, you're there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
it does.
I feel like I'm going to blink twice and I'll be 70.
Oh my God. So where do you go from here, from 60? Do you kind of plan out your years a little bit? Because the way I look at it, based on our health, we probably have maybe 15 to 20 more years if we're lucky of like good health or decent health where we can walk around on our own and, take care of ourselves, maybe even drive ourselves. Um, I know I'm going to try and live it up as much as I can, but I always do that anyway. But, but
I would like to do that too, but
mhm.
I have restrictions right now.
Yeah, no, I
Uh,
know.
so until that changes, I pretty much can't make too many plans.
Right, right. And it's sort of up in the air right now. I think a
All I,
lot of people go through that at this age.
but what I can do, you can only do what you can control, and what I can do is to take care of myself, try to get myself more fit, get on that bike, and get on the rebounder, try and work in a walk somewhere here and there, and try to get fit for when later on comes. Tomorrow may not come, but
Mhm.
uh, I won't be a mess. I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's like now it's like,
Yeah,
look at me. I'm the one who needs a caretaker
I
now, or
know.
caregiver. So I don't want that to happen. So
Right.
that's what I'm working on,
Mm.
is to try not to need a caregiver
I know
soon.
of course, we all want that. We don't want to have a caregiver and be able to take care of ourselves. But even for me now, I think sometimes my memory goes. At work, somebody asked me something super easy. It was an acronym, and I was like, God, I can't remember. And I said, you know what? I'm old. Ask somebody young because I can't remember what that is. And it was
I learned
super
it a long time
easy.
ago.
Yeah, it was super easy. And then when they came in, they're like, oh, this is what it means. Like, yeah, how come I couldn't remember that? And I think that's something I can't even control. So I always tell my son, like, this is your future. I'm going to forget everything. So you're going to have to be like my external brain, for now. I
Yeah,
tell you something, remember?
I told my sons it's like I'm apologizing and
Hmm.
asking forgiveness in advance
Yeah.
because this could probably be my future and your future too. So
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, so if I don't say when I'm acting my ornery self, know that I said it years ago. I'm sorry.
The
I hope you forgive
disclaimer.
me and please still love me.
I know. Don't be mean to me when I ask you three times,
Yeah.
where this place is or whatever, so.
As far as memory goes, you turned me on to Words
Oh,
with
Words with
Friends.
Friends. Yeah. I love
And I
that
love
game.
that game. I
Isn't it
enjoy it.
great?
Yeah, my brother also turned me on to some of the puzzles from the New York Times, and
Oh,
so I
maybe I'll
downloaded
try that.
the app.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a Wordle. There is the little circle with the letters, and you try to come up with different words with the
Mm,
letters that they provide.
okay.
I forget what that's called. And there are a few different ones that are for free, and so I start my morning
Oh,
doing
that's good.
those.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
it really keeps your mind active, you
It
know.
gets the cobwebs out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're
Plus,
in
yeah.
between. Yeah, when you wake up and you're
Mm-hmm.
still tired and everything, I grab the phone.
Yeah.
And we I have a love hate relationship with my phone, but I go ahead and I do the puzzles, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if Penny did
Hmm.
the Wordle last night before
I'll
bed.
try. Yeah, I try
Yeah,
to. I
so that
try
way I
and
wake up to something, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
and then my I do that before coffee. I
Mm,
try to do that before coffee,
yeah.
so that way I'm not relying on the coffee.
Yeah,
I
it
can
keeps your mind
activate
active,
things.
forces you to
Yeah.
think, and it forces me to slow down. I think initially I started on that because my life was so hectic, and it forced me to slow down and actually focus on this. So I'm actually sitting down, relax, and then I'm so relaxed after.
Right, right. Yeah. So, thank you, and it's a lot of fun,
Welcome. Yeah, yeah.
and we connect that way. That's how we stay connected
Yeah, yeah, we have
together.
like, I don't know, 10 games or something going, right? On
Pretend
the
games,
Yeah.
and you've won all. I think I only won one of them.
You know,
That's okay.
when I first started it for like 6 months straight, I played with different people. I lost every single game for like 6 months because I didn't understand. Like I was just. Then something just kind of clicked, and I started like
Mhm.
winning and winning. Like yeah,
Yeah,
and then getting it.
yeah.
It takes time. It just takes time. Okay, so now at the age of 60, you have all this wisdom. You've learned so much. What are you curious about for your future?
I'm curious about how I will be aging going
Mhm.
forward,
Same.
because we like to think that when we reach 70, 80, 90, 100, we think about it in terms of how we feel today. And that's not necessarily how it's going to be, no matter how healthy it is. There's some people, now, don't get me wrong, there's some people that do age
Hmm.
perfectly, all the way, but I just don't know if I'm going to need supports later on. Um, if there's going to be some kind of a setback, like an injury, maybe an
Hmm.
injury can age a person fast.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm curious about sometimes how my future is going to be, and if I'll have the energy for fun, uh, and the willingness to get out on a limb
Right.
and,
Right.
and take risks like I used to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I didn't take that many risks, but going out traveling, sightseeing, not letting the old person in, and getting out there,
You'll be
and
fighting
not
every step of the way, right?
yeah,
Not to age.
right.
Ah, I know, I know. So, what do you feel you no longer need to explain, or do you feel like, you don't have to prove yourself anymore?
No,
Right.
I don't. Um, I hear her. I don't see her.
I heard
Sorry.
her a second ago. I heard her.
Well, she is though, invisible. An example that I gave to a friend of mine. One time, there's this person that cuts hair at a place that I go, and I don't like that person's technique and how they do things, and they talk a whole lot. And last time that person cut my hair, I didn't like the way it turned out.
Mm.
And that person also cut my mom's hair, and it was incredibly horrible. It took
No.
6 months for it to grow out to where it
Oh
could be cut
no.
correctly because it
Yeah.
was so bad. So anyway, it was my turn, and that's the kind of place where the next uh, salon person takes the next person. Well, it happened to be that person.
Oh,
It said, "Can I just wait for the next person?"
good for you.
That is incredibly hard for somebody to do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, they'll just be like, okay, and just go and like pray that they don't,
Get
that they
upset.
concentrate on
Yeah.
your hair and maybe do a
Mhm.
good job this time. But instead, I said, "Can I just wait for this?" And it goes, "Yeah, sure, okay, no
Yeah.
problem."
So
And
then
I'm
they
like,
took another
"Okay."
customer,
They
another
took they took another
another
customer,
victim.
and then they I went to the
Uh,
next person, and that person did a great job.
mhm.
But it was kind of like, what's the worst that can happen?
Mhm. Well, you let your mom go first, like see how mom turns out, and then I'll
Well,
say.
that day it was just me,
I know.
but because so I could wait.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, look, can I just wait for the next
Yeah.
person? He goes, yeah, sure, that's fine. So I was like, okay, that wasn't the end of the world. Why didn't I learn this years
Yeah, it's
ago?
like you learn to speak up now and you don't
Yeah.
worry about, other people being like, well, she wasn't very nice or whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm like,
No
no.
explanations given.
Mm-mm.
Just
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was it. And
Exactly.
so I felt like I could just do that. Uh, and that was pretty freeing. I felt a little empowered there.
Yeah, right. And they didn't argue with you. They didn't, weren't like, no, this is how we work here. So.
No, they didn't act hurt or anything. It was just, oh, okay, sure, that's over. That's fine.
Hmm.
No
Hmm.
problem. Because there are people that have a preferred
Yeah, a
stylist.
preference. Yeah.
And
Hmm.
there just happened to be an unpreferred stylist
Right. There's
for
only
me.
that's the flip side, right?
Yeah. So I spoke up and, not confrontational. Just, I
Hmm.
do mind. Can I just wait for the next one? Sure.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
That's it. That's all you got to do. And it's freeing.
Hmm. Yeah, it
And then
is
we're like,
totally.
okay,
Yeah.
great. And then I got a great haircut.
Yeah, exactly. So, what are you open to now at this age that you probably were not really open to before?
Well, I'm open to taking more time off
Yeah.
and not worrying about the amount of time off I get
Hmm.
anymore. Because before I would worry about you get certain amount of PTO,
Yeah.
and then you had to ration that when you have kids. There's always something they had to take time off for. You have an appointment or whatever,
Hmm.
and this is due to I got a little more flexibility in my job, so
Hmm.
I don't worry about it as much. Um, but another thing that I don't worry about is um, the cost of certain things. Things are expensive, but I prioritize them by how I save my money to prioritize things that I want to do. And I found that if I really want to do something, I discovered that I end up doing it.
Hmm. Yeah.
So it's like if you really want something, you find a way,
Right.
right?
Right.
You always find a way. And so I've always had confidence in myself with that. And
That's good.
but sometimes it's just a matter of timing.
Mm.
But I
Hmm.
know that one day it'll happen.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Yeah. Right. So, what would you tell your younger self today that if you bumped into yourself and you were 30 years old, what would you say?
I would say um, take your chances, go for it. Um, don't worry if you lose your job. Um, Another one will come along, and sometimes it'll be
It's
something
better.
better.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to make the jump, to make the leap.
Mm, yeah. So, what feels good about being 60? What's a good thing about it?
Nothing.
Nothing. Well, I'll ask you in a few months because you just turned 60, right? So I'll have to ask you later on.
Well, I'm eligible for more discounts now.
Right, right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
right.
The downside is like I don't really have to
Prove it.
pull.
They won't be like, oh, let's see your driver's license. Like if you
They're
buy
like,
alcohol,
"What?
then.
You're 60? No, that's impossible. You look 40." Oh my gosh, you look way better. No, no, they believe me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
No, that's not exactly that's not exactly fun.
But it's inevitable. I mean, it just comes with the territory, you know.
The next thing that's going to come along, Penny, for you and me is we're going to be cute old ladies.
Yeah.
We're not going to be sexy or pretty or, beautiful. We're going to be cute old ladies.
I want to be a
Cute old
funny
lady.
I want to be a funny, cute old lady.
You are. You are a funny, cute old lady now. Well, you're funny, cute lady. You're not as old as me yet.
Just a few months, but I'm right behind you. Uh,
You want to hear something funny?
yeah, sure.
You're already 60.
Well, if you go
I'm already
by
61. Really, because they say that your first year, um, that's already behind you. So that's your first year. So hitting 60, I completed my 60th year.
well, on Earth, 60th year, like basically walking out, not walking out, but not dependent on someone else. You know? Yeah.
But on Earth,
Yeah, like walking, on the outside, not, you know. So,
well, no,
but
I mean when from birth.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Either way, we're not young spring chickens anymore. It's so much easier to break a bone, pull a muscle, and
sprain your back.
yeah, and if you lose sleep, it's like a nightmare.
It is, especially when you got to get up early the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
day. I don't
it's so
mind it if
hard.
I don't have to get up
Yeah,
early the next day, but it's a real bother when
yeah.
you got to
You
get
don't
up and
recover
got to
as
drive.
fast. Yeah, you just can't recover
No,
as fast. It's impossible.
I have to keep an iced coffee in the refrigerator so that way I can have something to drink immediately to get me going because I can't wait for the coffee to brew
Oh, I
in the
see.
morning on
Yeah,
those
it takes too
sleepless
long.
nights.
Don't you have the ones that are automatic and they finish at a certain time in the morning, or don't they make those? Or
They do, but
I don't drink coffee, so I don't. I mean, I just remember seeing a commercial. So
yeah, they've got those kinds of coffee makers, but those coffee makers don't. I'm not impressed with those.
really,
Yeah, yeah, but I just have to have something right away
just to like open your eyes.
just to get me going. So I'll just add sweetener, milk, and it tastes like almost like a yoo-hoo, really, when it's
Uh,
cold. And then I'm like,
yeah.
I can at least drive without, being with a
Oh,
foggy head, and then I'll make coffee at work
oh, then so you need another coffee to keep going. Yeah, later
sometimes.
on. Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. And
Mm.
I try not to get it in too late because then that'll interrupt my sleep
Oh, okay.
at
Yeah,
night.
makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Then you're up. I've
Yeah.
seen people eat dinner and then they have coffee. Wouldn't that keep them awake? I mean,
I you know, I don't know how that works. I know that that was good for helping digestion.
but I would think it would keep you awake because dinner is way past 4 o'clock. I mean, it's
Yeah, like about 6 or 7 for
yeah,
some
at
people.
least. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they don't have a big cup of coffee. Maybe they have a small cup
I don't know, but
with a couple of cookies or something as a dessert. But then there are people that drink coffee from the moment they get up to the moment they go to bed,
mm,
and it
yeah,
just
true.
doesn't phase them anymore. Who knows? Those are probably the ones that die of early heart attacks, for all I
Or
know.
their liver, like, some
All
kind of
those
liver issue.
all those tannins in there. I mean, I enjoy coffee, but I have to limit.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, here's another question. What do you appreciate about yourself now?
I appreciate. the fact that I have reached this age, uh,
Hmm.
when you're young, you don't think you're going to reach this age.
It's a privilege for,
It is. It's a
yeah,
privilege, and I'm in rather good health, and and I appreciate that I lived a good life so far. I lived
yeah.
a good life. I've got a great family, great marriage, great friends, um, and great job.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
and I got, you know, all the comforts in life, really. And that, between my husband and I, my husband will be turning 60 in a couple of months. He's almost there, but we worked together to build a good life,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Okay. So now that you have reached 60, what are your plans for 60 and beyond?
My plans for 60 and beyond go on a bit of the boring and morbid side. We're planning, you know, you have to do the final arrangements planning um, ahead of time so that, what you want to do is not leave too much stuff for your
A lot of
descendants,
loose ends, right?
loose ends to deal with. So we'll be working on that, getting all things in order because you just don't know when.
Yeah.
Yo tengo
Anything
los
can
dos
happen.
con frijoles. Carmen, ¿tú me puedes arreglar las uñas de los pies whenever you have a chance?
Okay, okay,
¿Eh?
okay. I'll help you with that.
Ok, pues que sea.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be there in a few minutes.
It don't take too long. I mean, no tiene que ser corriendo cuando
Okay.
Jensen se
All right, no problem.
So you don't have to hurry. You don't have to run. So sorry, you got cut off. But go ahead, continue. You have to work on the morbid side of,
The morbid side. Yeah, you got to have that kind of business taken care of,
yeah, no
really.
loose ends or anything.
So you reach that age, you realize, okay, you really can't put it off too long.
Hmm.
You just don't know. Even though I come from a family of parent longevity,
Yeah, your parents in their
but,
90s, that's impressive.
but you never know when the mind is going to go
Hmm.
or when it's going to start to go and you start forgetting things and all of these things. So you have to set these things
Up.
where they
Yeah.
could be set these things up and information about all that stuff. And
Mhm.
so
Oh,
that
your
okay,
sound is I think you bumped, did you bump your microphone?
I might have.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it coming through?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was just like it went out and then it, starting to come back.
Okay.
So you got to
Yeah.
say from the part where you set up,
Yeah. So you got to set that up right at this age. If you haven't set it up in your 50s, you definitely at 60, that needs to be a priority.
yeah.
Um, After that is also uh, thinking about what are we going to do with our lives when we retire. My husband wants me to be a pioneer woman, and I'm like, screw that. I want the easy life.
Oh my goodness. Really? And he's going to be a pioneer man?
He could be a pioneer man if
He
he
probably
wants to.
could, but I mean, wow.
While I sip on, lay on the lounge chair and sip lemonade or whatever. But I'm like, I'm a
Uh,
city girl.
yeah, seriously, I know.
Like, I'm looking for the easy life here. That's what retired
Mm.
means.
Oh my
It
gosh.
means I'm tired and retired.
Yeah, so I'm glad you guys talked about this beforehand, and it wasn't like a big surprise.
Yeah, well, it's
Uh,
he likes to keep busy,
yeah,
and I like to do absolutely nothing. So,
you complement
but
each other.
we complement each other. He does all the work, and I just watch.
And
and
you do
most
it
of the time,
elegantly, right?
I don't watch. Yeah. So, it's thinking about maybe making travel plans on what we're setting aside money for that. We know that
Sounds good.
we only have a few years where we can actively hustle
Mm-hmm.
and do all that.
Yeah.
Also, doing some improvements to the house so
Hmm.
that way we can age in place
Yeah.
as long as possible.
Right. Hmm.
So, and that's something that we want to do while we're still working, while
Yeah.
money's
That's the
still
best
coming in.
time to do it. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So things like that, we're trying to make plans to do that, and trying to prioritize what comes first, what do we need to do, and all of that. So those are the kinds of things that 60 brings. How
A
exciting.
whole host of responsibilities, like a whole bunch of new responsibilities, right?
It's new responsibilities, but it's
Mm-hmm.
planning for your life for the time that you can't do anything
Mm-hmm.
anymore, or
Yeah.
where you're not getting a whole lot of money. You're getting a fraction of what you earned,
Mm-hmm.
um, to live on, and so you need to do the big things while you're still earning money, uh, and get those all in place and paid for. Make sure that they're the best quality you can afford, so that way it'll last you a couple of
Right.
decades.
Buy for life, as they say.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, back in the day when they made things that would last you a lifetime, most people didn't last the lifetime. They
It's true.
lasted till they were in their 60s,
Right. Right. Yeah.
maybe
Hmm.
65, 66 years old. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's your lifetime. Now people are living 30 years beyond that or more.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, this was supposed to last a lifetime. I'm like, yeah, but they didn't plan on you to live in 100.
Yeah. They should make things to last generations,
Yeah.
not just a
But
life. Lifetime's not enough anymore. It's got to be generations.
yeah, I'm like, what kind of lifetime are we talking about
Right.
here? So depends on when you buy it, but
Mhm.
nothing lasts a lifetime. The last
Right.
but the lifetime of a dog,
Mm, yeah. Yeah.
like a doggy
It's
lifetime.
it's like job security. You buy something, it breaks, you have to buy another one and another one.
Yeah, you can't even fix it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
That's right.
costs just as much to fix it
Mm-hmm.
as
Yeah.
it is to replace it. It's a scam, I tell you. But anyway,
It is.
digress.
So, Maggie, thank you so much for giving me some insight on turning 60.
Good. I hope I prepared you well for what's to come.
What's to come, right? I'm looking forward to it in certain ways. It's not like I can avoid it, and you just gotta be prepared, and you know, it's not a bad thing. It's just, just
It's
be
just
glad,
another year
yeah, that you can make it to that age, right?
to make it to that age in good health,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
things going well for you, and
Right.
things in your life are going well right now. And hey,
Yeah.
that's all we can hope for.
That's all you can hope for, stay alive. Just try and stay alive and healthy. That's it. Well, thank you so much, Maggie.
Oh, well, thank you. And thank you all for joining us. And also, we have a podcast that you can access through rss.com. We're with Apple, we're at iHeartRadio, and many others. You could also find us on Instagram, Facebook, and what else, Penny? What else are we
I think
on?
that's it. I don't
We're on
know.
Rumble too, and even on Patreon. So if you
Yeah.
want to join us on any of those platforms, you can find us there at Gen X Life. Gen X Living Life. Well, at Gen X Living Life.
Yeah.
I'm getting old.
Wow.
So anyway, hopefully we will be coming again and doing more recordings for you, and in a more frequent basis. Right now, we're thinking it would be monthly, and then when life gets on a better roll, we'll probably do it more frequently. But right now, we're looking at monthly. So be on the lookout. Please subscribe and please like, and we hope to see you again soon.
Bye. See you.
Bye.